definitely do. I definitely do.
So, top?
Yeah, we can watch this all day.
Black Panther. Honestly, if they didn't mess up that third act, this could be a top 2 Marvel film. Like, it has the most complex villain out there.
Killmonger. I'd say he's the top 3 villain.
The how the father, T'Challa's father, killed his brother. You can understand why he would be hated to be left out. What did you say?
Uncle James.
But yeah, it was cool. The music, I love the music.
Yeah. It was an experience. It was like one of the first like Marvel experiences. Like everyone seemed to back this film. You know, I think it was a really good film.
The first 2, I remember the challenge for the throne with Killmonger against T'Challa, the first fight.
Oh yeah.
That was like, you were like, what's happening here? Because they're probably like slicing him. And you're like, wait, he's not gonna die here.
And like the whole culture and everything behind it just looks sick. I mean, honestly, I get why everyone loved it so much. Like I watched it. I didn't like it that much first when I watched it, but I watched it again like later that year, and I really liked it.
I have video evidence.
Yeah, no, I do.
No beam.
The end fight scene is really annoying because it's just, you know,
it's so bad.
It's so bad. Like
from
honestly,
from an effects standpoint, it's awful. But even from a final battle,
standpoint,
I don't think it's as impactful as it could have been.
Oh no, it's terrible. Like the final fight between Killmonger, when they're both in the Black Panther suits, again the formula, but both in the Black Panther suits, terrible. It looked like people were just smudging paint. It looked like a Venom fight.
It wasn't good.
You know what I mean? Like, that really ruins it because obviously at the end of the day it's a superhero film, so you want to see really good action.
I think you could have been really cool. You could have had like your Lord of the Rings 2 armies properly clashing, and then you have something there. But it's literally just that brings it
and
down.
just for that, we can't put it in. We can watch it all day.
What?
Nah, I'll put it in. This puts a smile on my face. A good one. I'd say it's a good one. I'd say it's a really fun watch.
Would you say? Do you like it more than Homecoming?
I like it the same as Homecoming. I like it the same as Homecoming. If you had to give me 1 or 2, I'd say I don't know which one I'd watch.
Fair enough. I think if the whole act holds it back, then I guess it can't be top. But I don't know. The music's so sexy.
The music's good. There's a really good scenes in it.
The characters are really good.
It's such a shame. Honestly, rest in peace. It's such a shame we won't get to see a continuation of like Trump's character.
I'm really interested in what they do with.
I am interested.
I'll agree. I'll say fine. Put it in this. It's a really high one.
Yeah,
I think though that gets fixed, it would challenge the Winter Soldier for me. But yeah. Next one. Infinity War.
Just straight, we could watch this. That's my number 1 watch. I've watched that easily over 10 times, easily over 15 times. Oh, I love Infinity War. It's my favorite. It's my favorite in the MCU film. Infinity War.
Really?
Yeah, more than Guardians of the Galaxy at this point.
Yeah, it's a fun film. It's really action packed. I think Thanos is cool. The way it opens with Loki and Heimdall.
I love that. It's like the 2 most powerful Avengers. Just gets.
Yeah.
Kind of undoes Thor's character arc a bit, but then again, that's fine because I can't like Thor without like some.
It does harm Ragnarok a little bit because he fought so hard to save them and then 2 seconds later.
But I guess that's just the universe, right?
I guess that helps the whole Thanos case.
Iron Man here just shined. I love the Iron Man in this. His suit. Okay, I know everyone kind of complains about the whole like, oh, we prefer the old suits and stuff. I get that. I agree with that as well. But just like that nanotech, just seeing how far he's come, where the fight scenes, Doctor Strange versus Thanos, the Iron Man versus Thanos. Oh, just so good. The Wakanda battle, yeah, it was pretty decent. I've heard people complain about that battle, but I think it was pretty cool. Thor coming down.
That was epic. Yeah, the Wakanda battle was epic. Like the whole bringing Hulk Thanos.
In the Hulk, Bruce Banner in the Hulk Buster was a bit whatever. Yeah,
it was the whole part is the weakest part. Trying to think of anything. I mean, it's very action focused.
Very. That's why it's so easy to watch. But it's not like there's like. But then everyone's saying, "Oh, too much action, not action." Where's the story? The story are all these films we just spoke about before. You know what I mean? It's a very Thanos story. We're following Thanos. It's so weird. We're actually just following Thanos where he goes. And honestly, it was not even the longest film. It was only 2.5 hours. They did so much in 2.5 hours. It's mad.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like rushed or anything. Everything feels like okay. There's this massive gap between when you see Iron Man and Doctor Strange, and then I think like about at least 40 minutes goes by, and then you go back to them. It's quite crazy. The Guardians interacting.
It had to do a lot, and I think it handled it well. You see all those characters on that poster.
Yeah.
For how it managed to balance them, you bring back Cap from his disappearance after Civil War and all that, and stuff like that. I think it
all the Guardians.
It does it. Yeah, it's in putting the Guardians properly into the universe.
Red Skull comes back. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just like loads of stuff. It was a lot of like. It was like, Endgame. I'd say relied a lot on fan service. But this didn't. This was just you're just seeing all these characters interact. Seeing the Guardians interact with the Avengers for the first time was sick.
Yeah. So yeah, good characters, good action, great villain.
Good story.
It's all there. So it gets put on. We could watch this.
I could watch that all day.
So next we have Ant-Man and the Wasp, which for me is again it's joining Doctor Strange. In terms of it's pretty bad. I don't like. I don't really.
It's just nothing to it.
I don't respect what it does to like for Scott Lang at
Yeah.
all. I don't really like the story that much. The villains, how many are there? There's that random briefcase dude.
It's the ghost villain who is just another Winter
Ghost
Soldier
one.
rip-off, basically.
Yeah, I guess.
You got Lawrence Fishburne in it. I don't even know what he does.
Yeah, he's some old. He's an older villain.
Goliath or
not
something.
older hero.
Goliath or something.
To be honest, it made me sit back and be like, why is Scott Lang Ant-Man? Because it seems like he's not good at this. You know. It seems because like the Wasp comes in and she's like
she's sick.
She does what she does and she's amazing. And then you look at Scott Lang and he's the butt of all the jokes. Everyone hates him. You know, it's like
he went to
after
Germany
Civil War and all that
stuff.
stuff. And it's like, so why is he still here? Like it feels like he shouldn't be Ant-Man anymore. Then that's what it does, and that's stupid.
I agree.
If he's your main character, like that's your title character, and you
I can't lie. A lot of people just watched this film for the end credit scene.
Yeah.
And it was just them disappearing after the snap, which was quite cool.
Yeah. So. The action, do you remember? The one where they're throwing the knives at Wasp and she's like gliding past them.
Yeah, even the fight scenes, just his suit wasn't working half the time. I don't know.
It's at the bottom. It's at the bottom.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Next one, Captain Marvel.
Thing is, Captain Marvel. What Doctor Strange was to him, Captain Marvel is to me. I do not like Captain Marvel. I've rewatched it. It's boring. I hate her character. I think the Nick Fury is quite cool in it. I reckon. I
don't understand why Nick Fury was so like. You didn't feel like Nick Fury.
He was like a younger Nick Fury.
Yeah, but like he was. That's still old Nick Fury, like the age of the dude. It doesn't feel like he's gonna develop into who we know. But I can't remember too much.
I'm saying these films, and we have seen these films a lot of times. I don't know what I've seen twice, 3 times I think.
Damn.
Yeah, Captain Marvel I've seen 3 times as well. I just, the whole Kree thing. Cool, she gets the power from the Tesseract. We've seen that before. It doesn't really add much. Doesn't take away anything. They kind of just made this film so when she comes in Endgame, it's not the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, maybe you could have staged this a different era. Maybe make it present day. Do something a bit different with it. I don't know. I think the only good scene was probably the grandma scene. That scene was hilarious. The
Skrulls.
And she's punching.
Things are saying this is the future of the universe now. The whole secret invasion Skrulls thing. And I don't know if I'm looking that forward to it. I get it. Nick Fury has a whole new thing now where him and Captain Marvel are going to be I don't know if they're together, but it's about the secret invasion, the secret war stuff, and we'll see how that goes. But Captain Marvel herself, I just don't like her character. I prefer her in Endgame than I do in this.
Where'd you put?
I prefer the really other worst, brother. I can't lie. It's just not an enjoyable film. I still think I wasted money watching that.
I put very low puny gods, so I think we can put it.
We're getting to the films now where you kind of don't need to watch them, and you can still kind of have a good idea what's going on. Not every film is so imperative.
Sometimes you kind of do, but it's the big one.
Endgame.
Crazy.
If it was just the last 40 minutes, I know it has to be we could watch this all day. And obviously me 2 years ago would be non-negotiable. And if it was the last 40 minutes, then cool.
My only the thing is, the first time I watched Endgame, all of it was amazing.
Yeah, same.
The first hour, the second hour, and the third hour, all of it is amazing. Second time I watched it again. It's on the third watch. My issue with it is the middle part, the fan service part where they're going back in time and they're doing this and that. That's my main issue with it. I think the first hour focuses on their kind of grief pretty well.
Yeah.
I would have liked to
see a bit more.
Be in that world a bit more.
Yeah.
But it's what it is. I like what they did with that. How they're trying to process it, how they're trying to move on. Some things don't work. I don't think the Ronin thing makes sense. I think it's lazy. How it's he's extra violent now, but you don't really see that.
I guess you can't though. It's one of those films.
So that's stupid. You just don't do it then. The actions.
I think amazing. They missed a bit though with time travel stuff. I reckon they could have had better time travel. I think a Thor versus Thor fight would have been so much better than a Captain America versus Captain America fight.
Yeah.
A fat Thor versus Dark World Thor.
Yeah.
That was probably what was meant to happen. It was meant to be Iron Man and Thor going back to Asgard. and Iron Man like creates like a vibranium armor, not vibranium, sorry, like a Asgardian armor, yeah. You know, that kind of stuff. It's like, you know, it's just, you know, Hulk was just ruined in this, if I'm being honest.
You're ruining it.
Honestly, Hulk was just ruined, and you know, they could so easily fix Professor Hulk by just having him a bit more calm. If he gets angry, he gets a bit more like the real Hulk kind of calm. I don't know, stuff like that. Like Hulk just seems to be dead right now.
Not dead, but like
he is dead. Where is he?
Oh, you mean like? I think you said he needs to be killed off.
No, he's
like,
dead.
There's
no Hulk.
Yeah.
There is no Hulk. It was two characters.
Bruce Banner is wearing a dead toddler's body.
Basically, that's legit.
But yeah, I think the emotional payoff, it's epic.
It's epic film.
I think we have to focus on the good of it.
It's groundbreaking.
It's amazing. It's a brilliant film. The emotions, you're not gonna get that again. Maybe with
it went in a really different direction though, because I really thought the Thanos we were gonna see was our Thanos. Killing Thanos at the start. I was like, shit, who's a villain now?
The way it starts,
and now
great.
With all the variant stuff going on, like the whole Thanos thing's a bit more cool. Because I guess Thanos was a variant of Thanos, right? So,
yeah. But yeah, it definitely goes top. I think where
but we could watch
the send off for Iron Man, the final battle. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's like even the stuff that we didn't like on the first watch, we loved it. It's just we've watched it so many times. You're like, oh.
Dude, that scene of the all assembling.
It's
best scene in the MCU.
Still watch it.
Best scene in the MCU, hands down.
Next, the last one, the resolution. Spider-Man: Far From Home. You see, I actually liked it a lot first time I watched. I think I gave it like an 8 or 7.5 out of 10. That's pretty decent. I think I don't like how they've approached the blip. You know, I don't like how first film after it's like let's make jokes about it. So I get why.
That's very Spider-Man. They've gone serious with the blip. But
it's like it's not Spider-Man's not the only character. And Spider-Man wasn't one making jokes. It was the whole world making jokes about it. I feel like something so traumatic that's just happened. There's got to be like a bit of time, you know, a bit of time. And I feel the tone for this one wasn't the one. Talking about what I liked, I think Tom Holland does a good job again. Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal, I think really he does good.
Really wish he came back in No Way Home. He was meant to. I don't know why he didn't.
Maybe.
I guess there just wasn't enough time.
But yeah, I think most of it is great.
I think it's fine.
Most of it is good.
I don't think anything's bad about it.
Yeah.
And you got Nick Fury. I guess I kind of would have preferred it if Nick Fury was just Nick Fury.
The plot's a bit like,
yeah.
Like Mysterio's like goal.
It's just a lot of Spider-Man making mistakes, basically trusting people when he's not meant to trust people.
And then like I guess that's what he's meant to learn from. But also the Mysterio thing, you're like, how is this gonna work long term? Like when you're actually on the battlefield fighting with the Avengers, and they're like, Mysterio, do your thing. You got some CGI drones shooting like little tiny pellets at aliens.
That's a lot of the films though. A lot of the films, if the villain's plan carried out, it probably wouldn't have made a lot of sense.
No, but normally a villain's plan is like, oh, I want to destroy everything. His one is like, I want to be famous, and eventually someone will figure out.
It's because Spider-Man's meant to have the Loki villains. You know what I mean? It's not meant to have the world-ending villains. It's meant to have the Vultures who just trying to look out those whole Gyllenhaals, the Mysterios who are trying to be themselves.
Yeah.
You know, so I'd say it does put a smile on my face. Maybe the in between category if there was one. I'd say like low but a smile on my face. Like it's not. I'll definitely watch it again.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem watching it again. The fight scenes are cool. The Mysterio
thing was
really good. The Mysterio like fight scene thing. Nothing not to like. But yeah,
I think that's all phase 3.
Yeah, that's
actually run out of time.
Thank you so much for watching our phase 3. Definitely check out phase 2 and 1 if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, we've got those videos backed up there. I think we might do phase 4 after Thor.
Yeah, I think we could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, give it a little thing, give it a bit of time,
and see if
then
we can look. Yeah. But anyway, I'm happy with what we have right now. I'm happy with everything. There's not a lot of opportunities. What we can kind of gather from here is that with Marvel, they either hit or miss. There's not a lot of in betweens. Like you either hit, it's either a really good Marvel film or it's a.
Maybe we're just too lenient on them. We'll see when we come back to them.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
But yeah, that was fun. We'll come back next time with another video. We're going to be doing phase 4 after Thor and all that stuff. Until then, we are the Overall Nerds.
And bye.